What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Steven Hassan here of the Maize and Blue Review, bringing you another episode of the Maize and Blue Film Review. Going over OSU, and man, what a fun win that was, right? So I got 15 plays, 13. I have some plays for you, all right? Check out the Wolverine Den over on Michigan.Rivals.com for a couple additional plays beyond these 13. And let's dive into it, man. So many great plays from the Ohio State beatdown, 42-27, right? That was the score, a lot to a little. And, yeah, let's just have some fun. All right, take care.
They can stay during the course of the game. Third down and 2 at the 33, and a first down for the Wolverines. Haskins, big.
Third down here, opening drive for Michigan. Little counter, center, and tackle. Center, if it starts pulling, Stuber pulling. Got this little hitch action here on the backside, the little RPO for the eyes here. That's going to take this guy out of the play. So let's just move forward here. This guy, again, is who might be being read on this. Now, I think this is called a run, and they're running this sort of hitch action here from Rowan Wilson and Schoonmaker just to vacate this guy, just to get him out here, because with this guy out on this RPO, let's just move forward the film a little bit, right? He's following Schoonmaker on that route. Because he's doing that, look at the numbers in the box, right? You essentially have 6 in the box now because of where the action of this run is going for Michigan. Leave this guy unblocked. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy is blocking the defensive tackle. Can't really see him, but that's 5 on 5 right here. And then you just have winning numbers up until the safety, right? Because these two will be occupied by the routes out here. So this is what you call winning numbers, and you do that by this RPO action, combining that with this run action to Haskins and leaving that defensive end number 11 on the right side of the offensive line for Michigan. You leave that open and you let that guy free release into the backfield, and that's how you win numbers here. So let's look at the play side blocks here. Because you have the pull here from the center, Vistardis down block here for Keegan, take out this guy, free release here for your offensive tackle Hayes. He's going to release to that backside backer here. So boom, here's your block on the to cover the gap left from Vistardis. Vistardis will kick out this defensive end, and here's Hayes reaching out to this linebacker right here, okay? Then you're going to have Stuber pulling. He's first guy through. Pick up the first guy you see. It should be this linebacker flowing up, right? So let's move forward here. Boom, there's the initial pull there. You see Vistardis 68 and defensive end. Good job there. Good initial contact. Creates that crease for Stuber to continue on his path, right, and take on that linebacker. Now, key block here, backside, obviously you have Zinter, just ensuring no one comes through, right? If this guy wants to go upfield, you let him, but don't let anybody through. This is the path, and there should be a cutback lane here depending on how these linebackers react, right? So it's a good pickup here from Vistardis. That leaves enough lane for Stuber to go through here, and because he takes out this front side backer right about here, and because you have your left tackle Hayes picking up this this linebacker flowing down, these guys will vacate, and boom, you get a nice big cutback lane here because these linebackers have overplayed a little bit to the right there, right? Michigan's gapped out on the front side, but boom, that leaves this backside cut, and Haskins sees it, right? Boom, right there. Excellent job from Hayes later on in this play, turning his hips, right? What's he do? He recognizes this is where the play is going, turns this way, blocks that out. Again, number 11 unblocked on this play, and this is why. Just can't get to this play, right? You let him upfield, he's not going to be able to redirect fast enough even on a cutback lane there, and this is exactly what you want, right? At this point, you'd probably like Rowan Wilson to be working upfield a little bit, right? Try to get number 29 here, but this is blocked to the safety at this point. And that's about the best you can hope for. Really well executed across the board. That's exactly what you're looking for. The only thing I'll note here that I don't think this is actual RPO action is because of how far upfield these guys are getting, right? At this point, this could potentially be an eligible man downfield unless this was thrown right now, right, depending on this guy's location. So you have to be careful. This is a true RPO for this guy to not extend past 3 yards down the line of scrimmage, or else that would be called a penalty. So that's something to consider. I don't actually know what the play call is, right? But that is kind of the play design. Again, that RPO action more forces that outside linebacker to cover the tight end more than anything else here. Really well executed play, though.
10, ninth play of the drive. that started at the Michigan 25. McNamara out, and he has AJ Henning with running room.
Henning on the little swing pass here. So what does this orbit motion do? You can see there's going to be some pointing here from the linebackers. This linebacker now, because of the orbit motion, they're not shifting. So this is the guy that Michigan now wants to be matched up on Henning. They think they'll have a advantage here with this orbit motion. This guy will have a head start. AJ Henning against a linebacker. You like that matchup, right? So you can see with that motion, there's this slight shift for the linebackers. They're calling this out. Boom. So what is this action here that Michigan's running here on the offensive line? You're pulling your center, pulling your backside tackle here. And again, this is just to get, look at the eyes here, right? This is a linebacker. He's responsible for this potential wheel swing pass, right? But where are his eyes? His eyes are in the backfield. All you want from this action from Michigan is just for a pause, right? Just for a pause. Look at this action here. Look at all the bodies moving this way. Have him just shuffle for a bit, right? And that's all the space you'll need for Henning. Trust your blocks on the outside. Going to have a block here around the outside for Sainristil on the corner. And you should win this one-on-one battle right here between AJ Henning and that outside linebacker, okay? So that's why that motion, those pulls, again, look at that outside linebacker who is tasked with sticking with AJ Henning. That's all you need, just that one extra shuffle there. Look at, make him think what's happening inside. Boom. It's over, right? Look at their alignment. Sure, you're about even here, right? Maybe half a yard advantage here for AJ Henning, but this is an outside linebacker, right? He needs to be on his horse getting out here against a guy of the speed of AJ Henning. Another key aspect of this, where's the throw? Can AJ Henning continue on his path with this throw? And the answer is yes, right? This is perfectly placed. No slowing down needed. Doesn't have to turn his body around. This throw perfectly aligns with the momentum that AJ Henning needs to carry on to the outside, right? And then boom, just this little cut there gets 22 out of the way, right? 22 can't really force the play. Yes, AJ Henning does probably step out of bounds here. We never get a replay, so who knows? But this is what you want if you're Michigan, right? You win that battle, 22, not able to secure the tackle. Sure, affects him going out of bounds, but that's a 9-yard play on second down, and that's awesome. Okay, so let's move on to the blocks on the outside here. So I mentioned just a little shuffle shade here for your tight end. He's going to pick up number 5 here, and AJ Henning to the outside. He's going to go for a chop block here. I don't know what's going on with my mouse. See that? I'm drawing a straight line, and my mouse just doesn't like it. Anyway, Sainristil around the outside there. Good block initially from Eric Gall here on number 5, continuing on his path. Again, getting good depth, right? Good depth there, and there's your cut block from Sainristil. Can't do much better than that, right? Because if he doesn't get this cut block, obviously there's not a path along the edge here. But if he just tries to block him head up, this guy can force to the sideline and get AJ Henning to cut up inside of that. What the beauty of the cut block here is this takes out all momentum, and that will ensure there's a crease around the outside of that cut block. So this is perfectly executed right at the hips there, and completely takes that guy out, right? And can't execute it much better than that. And then just going back to Eric Gall again, he pushes the defender all the way down around the 30-yard line, right? That's a win. And for whatever reason, that defender just no longer a part of this play, despite AJ Henning running past him. But great job on second down, getting 9 yards back and making it third manageable.
Drive. Haskins looking for the first down and more.
Haskins again, 3rd and 1. And Michigan just goes for man ball here, right? Just zone blocking up front, nothing fancy. They're actually outnumbered in the box, right? If you're counting bodies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And really you're sending Roman Wilson outside here, so he's not going to be blocking one of these guys. So you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to block 8. Now what Michigan is doing, they're going to leave this guy unblocked and assuming that the wash here that's blocked is going to prohibit him from having an impact on this play. Okay, so let's look at the one-on-one blocks here. Starting on the backside here. Honigford right here, and then Schoonmaker right here. So take these two guys out, right? We're not blocking this guy. That's what's going to happen on the backside. Let's look. Boom. Good block, right? Not the biggest block. I like Schoonmaker turning his hips, right? Just turning your hips this way. I would prefer Honigford get his head a little bit more inside, right? If this guy wants to fight up field on the outside, you let him do that. Good job from Schoonmaker turning his hips there. But both get the job done here. Now, Stuber actually loses his block, right? He needs to get his head across here. It's a tough job, right? Especially with the shading and the slanting of this defensive lineman here. But Stuber allows this defensive tackle to cross his face, right? There's no leverage on this first initial pop, and that guy has a path into the backfield. It just happens that Haskins has done this a million times before, and the dude just bounces off of him, right? That's just Haskins being a man. But got to get your head across there if you're Stuber, okay? So let's move further down the line here. Free release here for Zinter. He's getting out to this middle linebacker. He's going to have a key block on this play. Boom, free release, get there as well. You could argue, and actually you're probably, I will argue that he could potentially have helped a little bit better here on this defensive tackle for Andrew Stuber here before getting out to this linebacker, but he still gets to that linebacker, picks him up well, and you can see obviously that block on the linebacker helps spring this run for Haskins. The other key block here, double team right here because of the gap integrity for Ohio State, right? Boom, boom. This guy will have to fill right here, right? These are the gaps that you have for Ohio State for these linebackers that they're responsible for. So this guy's actually going to take himself a little bit out of this play because of the alignment here and gap responsibility for Ohio State. So as a result of that, off of this initial double between your left guard Keegan and your center Vistardis, Keegan will be able to drop off and pick up this linebacker responsible for that gap. So boom, there's your double, Vistardis and Keegan. Good job not allowing this guy to penetrate between. And there's Keegan dropping off for that linebacker. So again, both Zinter and the double team from Vistardis and Keegan really forming that hole that springs this play to the safety level again, right? And Hayes' final block here. Just get him to the outside. Again, look at his hips. Turn him this way. If he wants to work upfield, you let him. You know, don't sweat about that. Just don't let him inside there. So good job from Haskins breaking through that initial contact at the line of scrimmage. Gets to the safety level. Churns out an extra 4 yards there. Dude's just a monster, right?
And here's a reverse. Henning to the corner. Henning, touchdown.
Just beautiful play, right? What a time to unveil this. The motion here out of the backfield for this little fake swing, right? It's going to be a fake little swing pass here from McNamara to Edwards here. Meanwhile, you're going to bring the orbit motion, Statue of Liberty handoff here. This is what's actually happening. And then this little split flow action here out of Eric All as your lead blocker. And then offensive linemen, they're going to initially look like they're blocking out this way. They're going to actually let a lot of the penetration here from the defensive line. And then Stuber with a key block getting to the second level. After all this action is just to get these guys reacting this way, right? And Stuber releasing to the second level here is huge to pick up one of these guys after this initial action. They have to try to get on their high horse to react this way. Take out one of those guys. So this is a key player, right? What is his reaction to this play? This is a key player as well. How quickly will he react off of this little swing action? How quickly will these two guys be able to redirect off of the initial action here and get back towards the flow of this play? And a key aspect of that is Stuber getting out here, and a key aspect of that is what Eric All does on the second level, because everything else, right, everything else beyond this should be taken away from this fake action here. Hard sell from McNamara as well. It's just how disciplined are they on recognizing the players who are flowing to their side, right? They should trust, Ohio State should trust that this guy has responsibility to the short field, no less, and trust that. Stay home, right? Instead, watch what number 5 does, especially. The safety does a better job, but just the reaction to that. Number 5 is gone, right? That 2 or 3 steps, oh, good luck, right? He set himself up extremely poorly at the time that he is trying to redirect his momentum, right? He's trying to go back this way. AJ Henning already has the ball. He's got a full head of steam, and here comes tight end Eric All to mash your face, right? So that's just beautiful play design and over pursuit there, picking on number 5 there of Ohio State. Safety does a better job. This safety does do a better job staying home, and he reacts relatively well. But there's only so many bodies, right? And Eric All's already out there. So you can see you don't really need to block the defensive line. Number 8 here shouldn't be a factor, and he isn't. Here's Stuber. I mentioned him getting to that second level. It's back up. You can see there, free release for Stuber. Boom. Right? Get to the second level. Find a linebacker. Take him out. So Stuber does that. Release to the second level. Picks up that flow. Boom. not a factor anymore. Number 30 is out of the play. So now it comes down to Eric All versus the safety. How much momentum can he get on the safety here? Can Vistardis continue on his path? Just get number 5 here. Not a factor here. And Eric All escorts this safety to the end zone, right? Perfect job there. Good job from AJ Henning. Cutting up when he has to. Go to the outside, outside, outside. Boom. There's your block. Now that the block is even, and you have this engaged block from Eric All pushing this guy out of bounds, only then do you cut and hit this final little lane here off the butt of Eric All to get into the end zone. So perfectly done, well executed, well timed, and just a heck of a play call, right? That's exactly what you want in a big rivalry game like this.
McNamara underneath again, and he has Schoonmaker.
This play may not seem like much, but it's 2nd and 10. This picks up 9 yards, gets you into a reasonable distance here. For the routes, hard to say exactly what routes these are. They look like some form of hitches on both sides here to the bottom of the screen here. Kind of a clear out go route here from Andrel Anthony. Wheel route here from Hassan Haskins. And then Schoonmaker, he's going to block here initially before going out on his crossing route here. This is eventually what gets thrown. You got man coverage here for Ohio State. Press here on Andrel Anthony. This guy is going to carry out on the wheel route. And this is the final guy responsible for Schoonmaker. So they actually do a really good job if we move forward and backwards here just to get a feel for the coverage for Ohio State, and I'll shift to the other angle as well. But you have this deep safety at the top of your screen as well. He's helping out over the top here on this route. So with this, you'll have 2 guys here on Andrel Anthony. You'll have the linebacker initially covering here, number 35. He's got a good jump on this wheel route. So that initial read, you can see McNamara checking to the left here. I think this is primarily to try to bait this safety to go out this way. Instead, see with the eyes here, this guy's not buying it. He's going over here to assist on this all the way. So he's probably maybe also looking just to see if he's getting man coverage on the backside there or if it's his own. But you can see that initial read is on that safety. Recognizes there's going to be double coverage here. Probably takes a peek at this linebacker here guarding the wheel as well and seeing that's manned up. So then this is your third option. Good leverage here. Notice the alignment here at this point on the hashes for this outside linebacker. Schoonmaker a little bit on the inside here. So on this route, you're going to have a lot of room here with everybody else in man coverage. There's no one there underneath to combat that crossing route. So then it's just Schoonmaker against the number 14 there, the linebacker. Or is that safety? I'm not exactly sure. So anyway, for pass rush, only five on pass rush. You keep 6 in with Schoonmaker here. So everyone manned up here, doing a good job. Stuber, good recognition here. Check with this block from Zinter before he kicks out here as Schoonmaker releases on his route. So everybody does a good job blocking overall on this play. Good job. Good recognition from McNamara kind of to reset this pocket, right? You actually have Keegan. Footwork not moving here, right? His footwork, his base is not far enough back here. So he's actually getting beat, getting a little bit of penetration here. McNamara will reset the pocket to the right here, recognize where that pressure is coming from, resets, buys himself a little bit of extra time there, right? It's a good job from Keegan there. He lost that initial block, turns that into a run block, and just kind of takes him out, right? This isn't a hold. He's not holding on here. He's just putting his shoulder into him, taking him out at the hip. So it's a good job there. But McNamara really bought himself an extra second or two here by resetting where that pocket's going to be, set his feet, and boom, delivered a ball on the crossing route. So good recognition, good coverage from Ohio State, just a better play. Buying himself a little bit more time. You do actually have Haskins. He recognizes that this guy, his eyes are in the backfield, right? And he's also jutting out here to guard the wheel. Haskins does cut inside here, and if McNamara maybe wasn't a little sped up and didn't come off of this, he could have potentially seen the one route there from Haskins on the outside, right? You throw this right now on the inside, kind of right here across the seam, and that linebacker is toast, right? So you could have had a missed opportunity there, but based on the read progression, you understand why McNamara went the way he did, and you pick up a key 8-9 yards, makes yourself a third and manageable here at midfield.
McNamara to throw. McNamara deep. He's got a man caught. Cornelius.
What a great throw from McNamara here. Let's look at his eyes first. checks to the left side here briefly. Now, whether he's actually reading the coverage here or not is to be determined. It seems like they're zone on the backside. This guy seems to be dropping here. This guy's going to the flat. This guy's going to stick around, I believe, in the curl flat zone. Single high safety. He's just getting depth. The eyes next for McNamara after checking here. That's number one. Number two, he's going to check where is this safety. He likes this matchup on the outside. Lots of field for Cornelius Johnson on this fly route to work with. So the main thing here, what is the alignment of this guy? What's his reaction here? So initial eyes checking to the left there. Now he's locked onto that safety. Where's that safety? Is he shading a certain way? And as soon as he sees right here, boom, now he's going to the single coverage, one-on-one matchup. You like that with your number one wide receiver, Cornelius Johnson, and that is just a picture-perfect throw. Couldn't throw that ball any better than where he placed that in terms of the pass rush here. Or let's look at the other routes. Let's not get ahead of myself here. Seems like just a little hitch here and then two vertical aspects here. And what this does, this seam route here from, I believe, Eric All, this is going to keep the eyes here of the safety engaged a little bit, right? If this guy goes too far, this way, then this seam route will, potentially be able to sneak between this linebacker and this safety. So the single high, the two verticals here attacks that concept based on this guy's reaction here. If he goes too far over here, one of these is likely to be open because this guy will be on the outside of that, right? This guy will be on the outside of that, and you'll have leverage for one of these guys on the other side of the field. So that's the route progression you get there. And then you have Haskins leaking late just to 5 yards past the line of scrimmage there, just sitting in the zone there. You can see pass protection really well, right? Only 4 on pressure, 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5 for protection, so 2 on 1 in the middle, and everyone does their job. This is a relatively quick throw, right? 1, 2, 3, drop, and then he just throws. So boom, snap, 1, 2, 3. Okay, read and throw, right? Clean pocket, really quick throw. And again, can't say enough about this, how great of a throw that was. Just get on your high horse if you're Johnson, right? A little bit of hand fighting there. Notice how he kind of like shoves that arm away. Not a really good start of this this route for the Ohio State defensive back either. If you watch, he doesn't, at the top of your screen here, he doesn't get any sort of chip on him. He's playing a little bit off here, so this is a very clean release for Cornelius Johnson. With a guy of that speed, you don't want to give him that free release. Not many people can keep up with him. So nice little job shucking the arm away there from Cornelius Johnson. I like how he puts his head down here, turns into a little bit of a track meet, and then now he's looking back, tracking that ball, and he doesn't have to make any adjustments, right? That's just really tough without any adjustments as well for Burke there to make a good swipe at the ball. He can't really know when this ball is coming because Johnson doesn't have to do a whole lot of extra motion to make this catch, right? It just falls into his path, into his destination on that route. So again, just another play where Michigan's just executing really well. And on their shots that they're taking, they're not missing. And that's just hard. Good offense is hard to defend. It'll beat good defense almost any day of the week. And that's not bad coverage from OSU, right? He's right there. That's not a ton of separation, but it's enough. And Michigan capitalizes.
First down and 10 of the 19. And they'll run it. Corum gets outside, picks up a first.
Michigan just making it look easy, right? Just a simple sweep to the outside here. And there's a few key guys that Michigan's looking to take out on this play. One, number 12, this guy as well. And on the outside, the first guy that comes down here. So whether it be this guy or this guy, you'll have Eric All coming out around the edge, and he needs to pick up one of those guys. After that, you should have free release here with only 1 or 2 of these guys flowing down to the play, and that's exactly what happened. So this is just a simple win for Michigan based on a few key blocks. Sainer still probably has one of the tougher blocks here. Pick out this guy on the crack block, Roman Wilson getting out to this linebacker. You're also going to have a free release for Zinter. He's going to release, get to the second level. Again, get this linebacker who should be coming upfield a little bit based on the zone blocking that he's going to see up front. And getting out around, turning your hips this way, get everyone pointed this way and block any potential flow backside of any of these defensive linemen based off of these blocks. So let's focus on the wide receivers first. There's Sainer still, good block on number 12, just takes him out right there, right at the line of scrimmage. Good job getting engaged, getting on his hip. and taking him out. Really good block from Roman Wilson as well, right? Roman Wilson does a smart thing here. He gets upfield, right? Get upfield here, turn your hips. If this guy wants to come upfield, you let him, right? You get engaged with him, but you let him continue upfield. The more he goes up, the more he's going to have to follow Blake Corum on this path, right? And that's a losing battle. This route is really bad if you're Ohio State. So Roman Wilson, good job with his hips, right? Get out there, just get in the way first, and then, okay, he's committing upfield. Now you engage with him, right? It's just really smart from Roman Wilson. Set up, get your hips turned. He wants to work upfield, let him. Let him go upfield, just stay engaged, delay him, get in his way. You don't have to do anything crazy, right? Won that block considerably. Number 30, really critical mistake on that route. That's just not going to work. And then you also have Zinter, right? He gets to the second level as well. Again, same thing. Get there. If he wants to go upfield, let him, and then just follow him on this path, right? So Zinter does a good job getting out there as well. Same sort of thing. If he wants to go upfield, you let him. Give him a shove, and Corum's going to be gone. All right, final block. Eric All, reach to the outside, pick up the first guy you see. It'll probably be this guy. It could be this guy if he's reacting quicker. And then you just have essentially Blake Corum against two guys 10 yards down the field on first down here. So good blocks from your wide receivers. That sets this up. And then you have Eric All taking on that safety coming down there. Boom, take on the safety. And then you have Blake Corum just beating the corner to the first down marker. So that's about, again, blocked as well as you can. And everybody else on the offensive line, not that hard, right? This guy's going to be slanting inside, so that helps you out a bit. But everything else is just same sort of deal. Just turn them inside. Don't let anybody through here, right? This is the worst case scenario if you let anybody through. So just make sure you get your hats around and turn your hips this way. Don't let anybody through, and you've done your job. But the rest of it is just two wide receivers doing a really good job blocking. Good job from Eric All engaging there with the safety and then getting movement. And, it's easy mode for that at that point for Blake Corum to pick up a huge pickup here on first down.
Corum again. Corum with a huge hole. Corum, watch out. Blake Corum, blazing speed. Can he get there? No.
Blake Corum, if he had a better ankle here, he's probably gone. Stretch left play. Couple initial blocks again to look. Wide receivers just doing work, okay? Let's start with Roman Wilson. Press coverage here for this defensive back. He's going to take him out. Key block here from Sainristil. Get out here. This guy's not going to expect on a crack block. Take him out as well. So let's watch both of these wide receivers here for Michigan. They're, again, continuing on a really, really strong day for the wide receivers in blocking. Boom, there's Roman Wilson taking out 29 towards the bottom of your screen there. Again, not a whole lot, right? He's in press coverage. Just lean into him. Don't have to do a whole lot to get that. And then actually falling down in front of him further delays 29. You can see there now he's behind that play, right? And that's all because of that pancake there from Roman Wilson. Then at the top of your screen, really good block here from Sainristil on the outside linebacker. Just thumps him, right? Again, just a convincing block. Just get him off balance. That's all you need. Get him off balance. Get him backpedaling there as Sainristil does. And that just sets him up poorly, right? It's a good cut here from Blake Corum after that block from Sainristil, and helps create that open lane because of how much ground that Sainristil bought with that block, right? Just don't let that guy upfield. You buy yourself an extra couple of yards there, an extra second for Blake Corum to see a path because of that wide receiver block. Okay, what's happening on the actual offensive line here, okay? One more thing actually before I get to that. I tricked you, all right? This guy's going out. This is Schoonmaker, and that's going to get this safety out of the box as well, right? So boom, he's going to be gone. Let's move forward and back to show that. There you go, because that's this little RPO action, right? You need someone accounting for this guy going on this route just in case McNamara keeps that. Then you got a free guy to the flat, right? So that takes one guy away from the box as well. So let's cross out the guys that we've shown are already accounted for. 1, 2, and 3. What's that leave? That leaves these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for only 5 blockers, right? Because this guy's heading out. Block. So how do you get an extra body here? And you also will ignore this guy. So that means that you can take these guys out of consideration based on our blocks here, based on this route, right? The RPO action here. Ignore this guy, and that gives you winning numbers 5 on 5. So then it's just pretty easy. Just boom, block this guy. He's going to be trying to go to the outside. So block him, get your inside arm free because this is the path that Blake Corum wants to go to, right? And then you're going to have a free release here for Zinter, get to the second level. Cross face here, tough block for Stuber. Really tough block here after the snap for a start is he has to just get his head across on the nose tackle, form this, and then you'll have your left guard reaching out to this linebacker. And that's how this is blocked. And it's a really, really well blocked play, right? That first initial step is left for everybody. Really great reach blocks there from both Stuber and Vistardis especially. Vistardis probably block of the play there on 86. All you have to do is just get your head across, right? And then just hold up. Just stop. Stop moving. If you're Vistardis, just try to build your momentum. Force him to run through you, and that's what he does. Both Stuber and Vistardis close that hole there, able to get your offensive lineman free to the second level, and then they capitalize. Boom, here's Keegan. Boom, here's Zinter. They both pick up these blocks extremely well. Keegan with a nice dive block there, number 30. That guy's completely out of the play. And just a really patient block here from Zinter, right? Releasing to the second level, turn your hips, boom, this way. Right? If 22 wants to make a play, he goes this way, and then you follow him, right? And that's going to help create this crease for Blake Corum. So all around, every single block here is executed to perfection. You can see just the open field there, and that's just way too much space here between him and the safety. Safety should probably be filling a little bit quicker than this since he's, all the way back here. There is this lane now. He didn't react quick enough. He didn't trigger quick enough, and because of these great blocks on the second level from essentially everybody, right? Now you just have open field and Blake Corum does the rest. Again, if he has a better ankle here, you're looking at probably 6. Oh, wow, I missed this better angle. Here's a better angle that I should have used to explain this play. But you get what I'm going for here. So, yeah, just great blocks all around, great execution, and that's what you want to see. That's what springs this play. It's just literally everybody doing the job.
Down at 10 at the Ohio State 13. They hand it off. Haskins following his block. Haskins!
I have no idea what Ohio State's doing here. From their alignment alone here, I don't know what they're expecting. Okay, with this play from the defensive end, you're going to see here, he's going to be crashing down here, expecting like a linebacker that probably should be right here to spill down the edge. Okay, because with the pull here, the objective of this defensive end is to at least hold up this block. Right, because he probably also is expecting this tight end to come and maybe fly up here, right? I don't know. He's trying to disrupt this pull, but because you have Eric All actually going to the outside and because this play is following to the outside, you're actually going to have Keegan here completely ignore this guy who's trying to crash down. There is no spill linebacker here, so Keegan's just going to continue on his path, and you'll have 2 free pullers here past the line of scrimmage. And the double right here from Stuber and Zinter is going to flatten this defensive tackle. And then you're going to have Stuber able to reach up to the second level. So this linebacker is caught. And then you just have 2 bodies running free to the outside. And it's just a nightmare. Okay, so let's watch that defensive end, right? Number 11 here. He's the guy crashing down. He's crashing down expecting someone else to fill to the outside. He does not have outside gap integrity based on his play. He's coming down here to take on this block, expecting someone else to fill here. Except the issue is your linebacker is right here, and your defensive tackle is getting caved in. And look at Stuber's path to blocking off any of the linebacker flow here, right? There's nothing coming. So that's just a huge misplay. It's a really good feel there from Keegan. Notice how Keegan, he's about to block, and then he just continues on his path, right? He recognizes that guy's lost. This guy is not going to affect this play. He could pick him up. Sure, he's there. But there's no use in that. Based on his movement, his stance right here, and the momentum is taking him out of that play. So Keegan's going to continue on his path. And so will Eric All. Good block here out of Schoonmaker. And let's just accelerate forward. Boom, number 11, you're out of the play, right? Good luck. Keegan can get up, work to the second level, block off anything backside here from 22. He's already getting blocked from Stuber, though. So you literally have more blocking bodies than you have anybody for Ohio State to really react to this. And Haskins just does a beautiful job here of following, right? The rest of the offensive line does a, not the toughest job. That double from Zinter and Stuber was excellent. That's the main thing that springs this play as well. On the backside, it's just about don't let either of these guys through, right? If you're Hayes, if you're Vistardis, block these guys off. Don't let anybody through backside, and you're good, and that's what happens. So front side, boom, there's your pass block there. Keegan's going to go further inside. I like this little push from Eric All. Eric All saying, hey, I'm outside of you. I'm still here. That's going to send Keegan back this way because Keegan recognizes with his eyes this is the responsibility of Eric All here. Boom. Eric All can continue here. I can continue on my path. Just go here, block anybody else off, and you'll be good. And that's exactly what happens. So it's great communication. Nice little push there from Eric All, and then good engagement here from Haskins on All as well, saying, hey, man, I'm right behind you. I'm following off your butt. And then it's an easy touchdown. Just out-muscling, just bad alignment from Ohio State and great execution, right? This looks so easy because it is. And you're capitalizing on all these mistakes from Ohio State while you're also executing at a really high level. And that's 6 for Michigan.
Backs in the country at West Bloomfield High School here in Michigan. McNamara sets up, lets it go. Caught.
Such a clever little play here out of this diamond formation. One thing I really want to point out in this play action here to Haskins is notice how JJ McCarthy afterwards, he's going to tuck it, right? How often has Michigan really shown off of a keep here from JJ McCarthy on this sort of action that McCarthy will throw this ball? Not often, right? So you'll see after this fake to Haskins and on this initial path, there's going to be a tuck from JJ McCarthy. Boom, there's the fake. He actually tucks that ball, right? Just for a second. And what that does, watch what that does to this safety. As soon as this ball is tucked, this safety is going to fly up a little bit, just an extra yard. But that's the exact moment that Roman Wilson here is going to go from his block to his route. And this extra step right there, this is all about just creating that little window here. And this tuck is a big part of that. Putting his head down, actually running. It looks like he's going to try around the outside, right? Gets this safety to suck up here. Look at the eyes here as well for this cornerback. That's going to give just a little split second of pause, and that's all that Roman Wilson needs to create just a little bit of separation, right? There's that window there because of that hard sell from JJ McCarthy. So it's really well done there. Blocking isn't, too great. I would say Stuber, really good job here. 92, good snap or good jump off the ball. Stuber has to turn this into kind of a dive block and takes out 92. Gets his head across. It's a tough block to make. He does enough to get there. Backside, Hayes does get beat, but by the time this throw gets out, a little bit too much depth there from the rush end there. So good job there from, keeping pressure there. And then front side, you'd like to see Schoonmaker do a little bit better job here on number 11, who will get a little bit of pressure. But beyond that, you have a couple guys here to pick up any potential blitzers here. So overall, you're doing a pretty good job in terms of protection, right? Decent enough job at the time of the throw. Relatively clean look for JJ McCarthy on that pass, right? Just over the outstretched arm of 29. You can see here, there's the sell of the block. I like this rip down there for Roman Wilson. Get him off balance, right? Just get him off balance a little bit. Now he has to recover, right? Yes, Roman Wilson also gets shoved down a little bit, but he has a path here, and that's a really tough recovery for any cornerback to make. He does a reasonable job there on getting back, but it's a good job to fade to the sideline just a little bit more, create that separation, right? Look how much more room there is now for Roman Wilson because he drifted just that extra yard towards the sideline. And that's just enough air under the ball there for Roman Wilson to come down with the grab, and it's a nice first down. Love the encouragement here from Cade McNamara to JJ McCarthy, saying nice play there. So really well executed, unveiling this at the right time, picks up a huge first down.
In the backfield. Haskins, they pitch it back. McNamara throws. Caught. Sanders still. And he's down.
Flea flicker to Sainer still here, really well executed. This all revolves around one guy on the defense, and it is this gentleman. Okay, Sainer still going out on the wheel here. You're going to have the outside wide receiver here cut inside, just head up the seam, and that's to get the two high safeties here, especially the safety, just to stay home. He has to stay home over the top on this route, and that'll ensure that there's a bunch of open area out here to this wheel route. And if you get the eyes here of this linebacker into the backfield with this run action to Haskins, then you've won because you like this matchup of Sainer still on the linebacker there, right? Michigan taking advantage of this motion instead of having someone assigned to him. So in this case, I think this is Chambers. He would have Sainer still out of the backfield. Instead, what they're doing, because they're motioning out to this side, you'll see some points here, and now this guy is responsible for that. So this is likely Michigan running this motion, knowing that they're going to get a matchup they like against this linebacker in coverage. Okay, so let's move forward here just with this angle really quick. You can see the eyes there. There's the handoff. Wait, boom. You can see as soon as this guy just holds up for a bit, right? His momentum was taking him this way, and then he stays, squares up, and again, look at his eyes, and look where Sainristil's at. That's a losing battle for that linebacker, and boom, as soon as that pitch back happens, that linebacker realizes he's done, but good luck catching up, right? Good luck catching up, tons of open space, and Sainristil takes advantage. For the pass rush, pretty simple for Ohio State. No games here, just 1, 2, 3, 4. You got this little pull action for Vistardis, which kind of helps sell this run action, right? If you have Sainristil coming around, it looks like he might be trying to block on the outside if this is sort of a counter action or something out of the backfield here for Haskins. So you pull Vistardis after the snap there to the defensive end, and plenty of time there for McNamara. Looking at the routes from a different angle here. Let's skip ahead here. Here's your other angle. Here's your pitch back. You can see on the backside here, Roman Wilson will just be running kind of a fake block drive route across here, and then you'll see it off frame, the wide receiver head up the seam, again, occupying number 17. This is a really good angle as well to take a look at the eyes there for number 5, right? Shuffle, boom, sees the handoff, commits. Now he's frozen, and he has to restart his momentum again. Right there, you can see the safety occupied from this inside release go route, this seam route. You got 2 bodies here, and look at all the open space here for a route that Sainristil has won. So good blocking overall, well executed. Michigan got a matchup they really like against number 5 there, and the throw is perfect, right? Maybe a little bit behind him, but secure the catch there, right? You don't need a touchdown in this case. Just make sure you get that yardage and that completion, and live to see another down now in the red zone. So really well executed. I love the call.
In the backfield as the deep man. They give it to him. Running left. Touchdown Wolverine.
Touchdown Michigan here. Outside zone blocking. Let's look at the bird's eye view. All right. On the backside, dive, and dive. Okay. Just don't let any of these bodies through backside. If these guys want to try to come flying off the edge, you should win this, right? So backside blocks, they're just all going to dive, head across. Boom, nothing coming backside, right? Everything's eviscerated there. Beyond that, it's going to be kind of a wedge block. I don't know what the exact terminology for that. I need Thomas Gwines for that. But front side is just blocking here. You got 4 bodies against 3 guys here for Ohio State, right? Get your head across of your Vistardis. Tough block for him with having to deliver the snap and then get across here. But you're going to leave this guy. This guy should get lost in the wash with where this run is going. So again, get movement on this. Allow your tight end to get out to the edge here. You should have your lead blocker, Eric All, to pick up any linebackers flowing to the outside. So that's pretty simple. Zone blocking there. You can see Vistardis working across. Good job closing that wedge, right? They've done their job here. Form a wall. Don't let anybody through. You'll live with this guy coming through. You should be able to beat that to the outside. Vistardis, toughest block here. Gets his head across. Don't let any penetration here. And they're all really tightly bound here. Now, what you'd like for Schoonmaker on the outside there, get your head to the outside, right? Try to form that wall here, but if you get your head around to the outside here and just push him back inside, you're winning, right? Instead, he doesn't get that. He gets his head to the inside. This guy gets a little bit of penetration here, and I do think Schoonmaker gets away with a little bit of a hold here. Let's move forward there. You can see the head's on the wrong side there for Schoonmaker. Allowing him with his outside arm free, that forces Haskins here to bounce. And is this an actual hold or not? You be the judge. I think he probably could have gotten dinged for this right here. He's lost leverage, probably holding on a little bit on the numbers there with his left hand, and probably could have been called, but hard to say exactly. But I would probably say that's a hold. But everyone does their job. Schoonmaker need to do better. Probably fortunate there. And then Eric All just doesn't need to do this, right? As soon as he's wrapping with his arms here, make sure just fire up, right? Fire up from your chest. Don't wrap around like this, because he also gets away with a little bit of a hold towards the end of this play. Now, did it impact this? I'm not sure, right? This seems legal right now. Moving forward right here, this seems relatively legal, but right there, as soon as that guy works to the outside there, can't loop your arm around the neck, right? And he doesn't have to. If he just lets him go right here, Haskins is already going to be going in. So maybe that's why they didn't call it, but honestly, probably a miscall, right? Can't be wrapping your arm around that. To his credit, as soon as that guy rips around to the outside, Eric All does let go after a beat, but you could very easily see that being called. Again, does it make a difference? If Eric All lets go right here, you still, likely see Haskins getting in here. So is this a big deal? I mean, if you're an Ohio State fan, you'll say yes, right? So I'll argue this is probably the biggest missed call for Ohio State fans against them. Schoonmaker probably gets away with one. I think Eric All does get away with one as well, even if it is inconsequential to in Eric All's case to the actual outcome of the play. So I think you got a case there if you're Ohio State, but Michigan had plenty of calls not go for holding against Hutchinson, so call it what you want. So anyway, that's the play design. Should have done a little bit better job blocking on the outside, but that's another 6 for Haskins.
He'll give it to him. Touch.
Inside zone here to Haskins. Just can't get any easier than that, right? This puts Michigan up 15 once again, midway through the fourth here. So what's the blocking here? A pair of doubles, and Haskins just goes right up the middle, okay? Double team right here, boom, boom. Keegan get to the second level. Double team here, Zinter and Stuber. Oh, my pen just went away. Why does it do that? There we go, we're back. Double right there, Zinter get to the second level on this linebacker. Boom, Haskins coming up right here. You got this little bunch formation here. Single block there, and Wilson working up to the second level as well. Okay, so that's kind of your blocks overall, and executed really well, right? Good job from Hayes especially. He's going to work here, get his hips turned this way as this guy works upfield. That also creates a pretty big lane if Haskins wanted to take it here as Keegan gets to the second level here. There was this lane on the outside, but doubles do their job on the inside. There's Zinter. You can see comes off of this double, picks up this linebacker nicely. This is more, though, than anything else, just a really, really poor job for Ohio State with their run fits, okay? Based on what their defensive tackles are doing, they're expecting these double teams, attack the middle of the double, and the response, this guy has outside responsibility, so that's why he's going out here. 14 has to fill this gap, right? This linebacker has to fill right here. This linebacker has this gap, outside here, outside there, right? So that's kind of the gap integrity that Ohio State is looking at on this play. Main issue to look at, actually, let me move forward and back just so you can see kind of Ohio State filling that gaps, right? What their overall trajectory is. The issue here is they're not committing to these gaps on any of their linebackers, really, right? Like, if this guy has this A-gap responsibility, fly down right here, right? There's a gap. Don't allow 65 to get up to you. Instead, he accepts that block, right? Watch that middle linebacker here. He just accepts that block. He runs into that block, doesn't thump Zinter at all. It's pretty soft if you're a linebacker, right? You can't do that. And, you can understand 14 and 30 based on where this play actually goes, them not committing hard, but it's a similar sort of thing where they get up to the line of scrimmage. They don't engage very hard at all. None of these guys do. They kind of get like about a yard past the line of scrimmage here, and then they kind of stop, right? You can see they all just kind of stop there and allow themselves to get blocked. So that's just you need a lot of aggression from the defense there if you truly want to stop a goal line, from the 2 run like this. And they're just not being aggressive enough to actually do that. So that's really poor play, pretty uninspired defense from Ohio State, especially from your linebackers there. But good job from Michigan, right? They executed. You don't apologize for your opponents being soft. So that's a touchdown, another one, right? 4th one on the day for Haskins there.